got it. I put together those videos just so that I can hit that mark at the end with one thing or another. Switch to that other camera for me. Or are you on the right camera there?
No.
Switch to that other camera. See if you can see me.
That's actually perfect.
Is that? You want to turn that a little bit towards Shelly, maybe? We got a camera worker over there, just a little. That's good right there. That's better. Hey, welcome to the Last Lap Live, everybody. You go ahead and close that door, Dwayne. That's our guest today. One of our guests, Dwayne Zablocki, working the cameras for us today. I'm Brian Smith. This is Shelly Liskey, and we're back again.
Haven't got fired, haven't got laid off.
Nope, none of those things. I think if we get to a certain point, then we're probably going to make it to the end of the season at least.
Yeah.
I hope we do. Although I won't be here next week, so I don't know. Is Rich going to come in and do
Oh gosh,
do it with you? Should we get somebody else and try and find some kind of controversy?
To replace us both for the next week, or?
Maybe we can get. Hey, are you going to race this week, Steven?
Yeah.
Maybe you can get out there and smash into some truck guy.
See, I was really.
And then they could host the show.
I was thinking we could do Philo and Stu Williams. We haven't had Stu on yet. He keeps avoiding me.
Yeah, this would be a perfect time for it.
I seen him waving to each other on the
You're on the
front
internet.
stretch.
Nobody saw that. What happened between those two guys? Because now we're looking for controversy because we had Cap and DJ on last week and we gained a bunch more viewers. We gained like double the viewers that week, and most of them were disappointed because they thought something else was going to happen.
I think they thought they were going to Jello wrestle or beat
Yeah.
each other up or something.
Those guys like each other though, and they
Or at
they
least,
get along good.
even
So.
if they don't like each other, they respected each other enough
Right.
not to.
I wasn't disappointed because we were sitting awful close. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be in the middle of all that stuff, but
Yeah.
we did get a lot of comments at the races about that. What were you thinking having those two guys on? Wasn't me. It was Shelly. That's what I kept
seen
saying.
Guy Myers coming. I'm like, oh shoot. And Lindsay was with me. I'm like, just don't make eye contact with him. Maybe he's going somewhere else. And
Nope.
nope.
He talked to me too. It was kind of funny. So what happened with Travis and?
I don't honestly know.
Stuart?
I think Travis was just uncomfortable from. I'm gonna say about the dash. I know there was some dash issues that he wasn't happy about. And
Something about the start.
yeah,
The start was entertaining.
It was-
I think it was in that little clip there.
it was a little.
McFadden came from last to third in the front straightaway, and Chris Andrews was taking evasive actions, trying not to crash. It was pretty hairy.
So I think that must have upset Travis because I know he
You want the start called back or something?
Yeah, or I'm not real sure how he feels about that, but by the end of the night it must have all compiled and got worse because I seen when they restarted him for the feature, instead of going into the pits, which he was right there, he made another lap and came around and waved to
He spun at the end, right? He must have gotten together with him. That's what
Stu
actually.
he must have thought, and you drivers always think that somebody else got into you. I've learned that over the years. It's always so-and-so got into me. Never, I may have done this, and I don't know if Stu got close to him or whatever. And I always defend you guys because I think that none of you do that on purpose. I like to think that none of you do it on purpose.
I've got a curved front bumper from the week before when I drove into the back of Tim Schaefer, and I was pretty proud of it.
I seen you doing it.
I did it on purpose. You could hear it in my in-car when I hit him. You could hear the thump.
And you did it on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We were back there racing for 15th or 16th or something, and I slid him and he slid me, and I just smashed into the back of him just because I wanted to smash into the back of a Knoxville national champion.
You just totally destroyed my theory.
Yeah, we're pretty much under control.
I would
for
think
the most
because
part.
I get up and I tell you this all the time. I get online and I see the women, the moms and the sisters and the wives and the girlfriends and everything. Always, women are emotional, and we tend. I don't want to say we because I don't want to get online and do that, but my philosophy is that y'all have a big investment, and you're not just out there running into each other for shits and for giggles. We're
gonna have to edit the show
throughout the night.
Jeez.
I just think you're racing hard, and when people get all emotional and get all upset, and they get on the wonderful world of social media and they post so and so wrecked so and so, I just don't like to think that that's done on purpose.
It's Rich is the one who says that we're all great guys until we put on our helmets and we turn into a bunch of retards.
That's true.
Steven says that's true. He's a racer too. He knows. I'm not going to completely disagree with that. It's totally different when you're in the race car.
So there's really time for you when you're out there and you're buzzing along and you think, you know what, I'm pissed, I'm mad at him. I'm going to run into him next lap around just for fun, just to see if I can keep it all together.
I don't know if it's exactly like that, but yeah, there's
Really?
we're only going about 100 miles an hour. I mean, but everybody's going the same speed, so we're close to the same speed. So it's really not. It's not really that difficult. You can spin somebody out
Well, I
pretty
guess
easy.
I need to go home then and shoot out some apologies for barking at people.
Well, Nah, you should try and probably keep that view that we don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. You guys have a lot invested. I know you have a lot invested, and I just think if there's an opportunity and you're that upset with them, you're really going to take the risk of wrecking both of you. I can see bumping them a little hard.
that's not the case with me and Timmy. It's just we were battling back and forth, and I just wanted to let him know I was there and I was having a good time. So I wasn't going to spin him out or anything like that.
But it wasn't
just.
flat out. I'm mad. I'm gonna wreck.
Oh no, not mad at all.
Yeah.
No. He slid me, so I'm gonna run in the back of him, just like racing go karts in the backyard. That's
Right.
kind of what
I
that was.
seen you do it actually, and
Yeah.
it's not something I typically see you do.
Yeah, no, and the last time he was there, actually, we were battling for 17th again. He was pretty terrible that night too.
He's not been
Yeah, they're
really
struggling.
good this year. They're struggling a lot.
But yeah, so that stuff happens. I don't know how the truck guys do it. They got fenders, so it's a little easier to do that kind of stuff. But
Well,
it
my
still
bumpers
happens.
keep coming off, so I know.
Then there's that.
So Travis spinning at the end actually is what gave Jamie Veal a chance to win, because they had
Yeah.
that late caution and Dean had it
Pretty much wrapped up. I thought.
pretty much wrapped up. Yeah.
I did.
And,
Well,
I
McFadden's coming in though too.
What's that? McFadden
he
once.
kind of faded after
Yeah,
all
he
those
faded.
cautions.
I was surprised. I think it was 16 laps in, but maybe it was right at the
I
halfway
think
point.
you're right.
He passed me at the halfway point. I'm running fourth. I thought, I mean, I knew he jumped the start originally, so I'm assuming the second time he basically jumped the start and got away with it.
It was the same start the second time because
Okay.
I said to Lindsay, who was sitting next to me, I wonder if anybody's going to have the balls to call him back. Bianzi came from the back because
Yeah.
he did it twice.
I saw the dash, so he was on a mission that night. And then when I heard that he jumped the first start, I knew he'd be coming. But there was a lot of good cars back there still. He had a long way to go to get to fourth. And then once he got past me, he kind of fizzled out when he got up to. Dean might have been running second at that time.
I wanted
maybe,
them.
but-
I wanted a caution because it was exciting to see him come from the back, and I thought he needed a caution, but he didn't need 5.
Yeah.
I think what happened was they had all those within like a few
Right.
laps of each other because I was actually trying to tweet live results, and I was getting mad because here we are with our premier division
It was.
doing 5 caution laps and
Yeah.
getting one complete lap in, and finally I just laid my phone down. I was like, I'll just wait because
It was a rough night. one of the heats too.
excuse me.
One of the heats was terrible. They had a whole bunch of cautions in that, maybe even a red, maybe. But yeah, it took forever. I don't know what it was that
Yeah,
night.
if it was just.
A bunch of caution laps. It wasn't a full moon or anything
But
like
I
that.
noticed he, after those 2 or 3 cautions right in a row, he just kind of maintained, because he passed Dean on
Right,
the one restart, got by Dean, and then they called it back.
right.
Or I think there was a caution, and
Yeah.
they didn't get a lap in, so he went back, and then he just never, after that, just never.
He was close though.
Yeah,
he was.
he was.
He was definitely close. He was fast. But it was good to see. It was good to see somebody different win.
Yeah.
Jamie Veal. The first time I ever saw him was at the Speed Week show at Waynesfield,
Me too.
and he was fast. He was really fast. I was surprised.
Because I was like, who is this?
Yeah, I'd heard the name, but I'd never seen him race, obviously. But and then he was fast again at Lima and wrecked leading, I think. I think he was leading the race at Lima and wrecked. But yeah, he was pretty good. And then we'll talk with our other guest, R.J. Willie, about the Bowman Big Buck bonus bump,
Bump or what?
whatever
Yeah.
it was. And Sean Valeni finally got his opportunity the last night of the program to take the challenge. Of course he did. And I didn't see the start of the truck feature, but apparently there was an interesting start. Wasn't there a
I
bunch of
didn't see
trucks
it
all
either.
over the place? And
I didn't get to see it.
But-
Was that you, Steve?
Huh?
That wasn't you.
I had a race.
Okay.
oh, okay.
I didn't get
I wasn't cleared.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wanted me to race his truck on Friday, and I had some fireworks thing to do with the family, and I couldn't race his truck over at Adcon. But
Oh, man.
I think I would have had to do group qualifying over there anyway.
No.
wouldn't I? Oh no, wouldn't it? Okay.
Just hot laps.
But anyway, he made it up through there and had a great battle with Kent Brewer there for a while.
They
And,
want on the start. They want 4 wide going to turn 1.
but was he one of them in that?
Yeah.
That's okay. But he pulled it off
Yeah.
and won $5,400. And you could see there at the beginning he was pretty excited. But the whole Dussel clan and everybody there,
As
they're all
excited
buddies.
as Sean gets, have you ever noticed he's a pretty like
Yeah.
that guy. Pretty quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I noticed that when Art Ball won the week before, he got up on the door and pounded on the truck like this, and Sean got up on the door and he hit the
Yep.
roof once.
Yep.
Just
I
once.
made it.
Yeah, I did. Oops, I did it. But,
Did that
yeah,
just
it was
come out of
pretty
your
funny.
hand?
Yeah,
Oh.
playing with this here. I don't have a pen in my hand, so. But and then Nate Dussel won the 305s
Is that his? That was his first Fremont win, wasn't it?
For the year.
this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
first one of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they struggled for a while this year. Been close and struggled, and your driver was entertaining again.
Oh,
Drove right to the front,
freak.
and
I know. I actually thought I got a text. I looked away for a split second. I swear to you, I seen Jordan Ryan coming, and I knew Jordan. I actually, not no disrespect to Nate or anything, but I thought Dustin was faster. But I knew Jordan was faster than both of them. It seemed like Jordan was coming real strong, and I looked just enough to see Jordan, and Dustin must have smacked the front stretch wall, and I totally missed it. I just seen him come back around 1 and 2, and then I seen him come to one of those weird stops on the top of 3 and 4, and I was like, what the heck happened here?
yeah,
That
just
was
smacked the
what,
front stretch wall and knocked the
yeah,
tire off of it and stuff. But
yeah.
fast again. Is that all we got to talk about for the races this past Saturday?
I think so.
Anything coming up exciting? We're off this Saturday.
We're off this Saturday. I have a poker run for Kick It next Sunday, the 19th.
Where can you find that information on that?
It's on all of our social media. It's on the Fremont Speedway, Fremont OH Speedway.
Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, Fremont Speedway. It's on all those. It's at the Fremont Kick It Facebook site. It's all the information's on there. Got a flyer out.
And then we're back the 19th for, is that throwback night?
18th.
18th?
Wait, is that throwback night?
No, it's the 19th because we raced the 12th, so it's the 19th.
Yeah, the 20th is a Sunday.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll be back the July 19th for the. Are you gonna have a show next week since we're not racing Saturday?
What?
Are we gonna have a show?
Oh, a
This
show
show next
here. I'm
week?
thinking,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we're scheduled to race next Saturday.
No, I mean since we're not racing this Saturday,
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be here.
I
Maybe.
imagine you. I don't know.
Oh, you have to stay tuned for that. But
It's a mystery.
so what's the throwback night?
Throwback
the-
is the date?
Nope. What are we doing at? What's the
Oh.
throwback night? What are we throwing back?
T-shirts. Come dressed in your T-shirt, your throwback T-shirts. I don't have any.
You don't have any old T-shirts?
I'm sure Lindsay does, but I'm not. I refuse to wear racer T-shirts. It's just not
Oh.
something that I'm gonna do. It's just not something I'm gonna do.
All right. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a break here. I don't know what you're showing. What are you showing for highlights there, Stephen?
410s.
You got the 410 highlights. Do we have other highlights? Because we're not going to do too many commercials. I think we're going to do these guys here, and then
We have 410, 305s, and trucks.
why don't you go ahead and do the 410s and the 305s, and then we'll save the trucks for last, since Sean came up through and won that. So go ahead and run those. We'll do a commercial, and we'll come back with our guests, R.J. Willie from Bauman Auto Group and Dwayne Zablocki.
Chris Andrews runs second now. The battle for third, Dean Jacobs and Dane Nida. James McFadden up to 10th in 4 laps. Half the field covered. Jamie Veal down to complete lap number 8, and he has caught the back of the pack. James McFadden is up to 6th. 7C of Caleb Armstrong goes a lap down. So does the 60 of Jody Keegan. Dean Jacobs has caught Chris Andrews for the 2nd spot. Here we go, single file restart, green bag out. Chris Andrews tries the slide job on Jamie Veal, can't make it stick. Here comes Dean Jacobs into 2nd. Dean Jacobs is reeling in Jamie Veal. Here comes Dean Jacobs, big run off the bottom of turn 2. Jacobs down to the inside of Jamie Veal out of turn 4. Dean Jacobs into the lead. McFadden goes down to the bottom again. Veal up to the top. McFadden gets a good run off the bottom of 2. So does Dean Jacobs. Here's where Veal makes up ground. Jamie Veal into the lead. But Dean Jacobs will rock it off the bottom of turn 2 to pull even. Here we go. Dean Jacobs, Jamie Veal side by side. 2 to go.
When it's
Here we go, side by side, wing to wing, out of turn 4, green out. Oh my, look at Dustin Dinan, 3 wide for the lead out of turn 2. Nate Dussel with the advantage, slides up the racetrack. Here we go for lap number 1. Dustin Dinan to the outside and Nate Dussel down the backstretch, side by side, wing to wing. 2 black cars looking for the first spot, and it's going to be Dustin Dinan this time. Dustin Dinan, Nate Dussel still wing to wing out of turn 4. Wow, Dustin Dinan, heavy contact with the front stretch wall. Looks like that right rear tire may be going down. And the right rear tire goes flat on the 6. Caution on the speedway. Ryan has caught Bobby Clark for second. 4 laps to go, and they run right on the tail of Nate Dussel. Your leader hung up with lap traffic. White flag in the air. Can Jordan Ryan catch him?
Taco Bell's XXL steak nachos are not a big meal for 6'10" NBA star Kevin Love. Even with 3 times the steak, they do not overwhelm Kevin Love.
Okay.
Nor do the XXL steak nachos intimidate Kevin Love.
That dude's huge.
But you are not Kevin Love. Taco Bell's XXL steak nachos, a regular sized meal for Kevin Love, a XXL sized meal for you.
I can. Bet your ass I would.
I just got the finger.
No, I didn't point.
Hey, welcome back to the Last Lap Live. Thanks for letting us know.
Was that live?
We didn't get like a 5-second rule or anything there. I didn't know we were coming back. Nice shirt, by the way, RJ.
Nice shirt.
That's good. We wore the same thing today. You had a nice one in Victory Lane there on Saturday night, too. I appreciate that.
I did. I love that t-shirt.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We've sold a bunch of those. We need to sell more of those. I got shirts for sale. Come down to the races. Check them out. This is DJ. That's Kat.
Great.
I got what's that your name? Dwayne Zablocki. That's not right either.
He killed it, man.
Dwayne Zablocki.
There we go.
Driver of the Zablocki Construction number 9Z. You know, everybody in our circle calls you Zablocki because Kevin Benfer, who works turn 1 at Attica, always calls you Zablocki. I don't know why he started that, but we always call
Farmer
you
calls
that.
him Zimblocki.
I've known.
Zimblocki?
The sad thing is, I know Ben for probably about close to 15 years.
Yeah, he probably did it on purpose, but ever since I've known him, he called you Zablocki, so we always call you Zablocki too.
Yeah.
But
I was just making sure he didn't look like DJ from the top down.
no, not really at all.
He doesn't.
I probably got a little bit less hair than he does.
Maybe a little bit. And then RJ Willie there in the other orange shirt, the representative from the Ballman Auto Group, I guess. Is that what you want to be called? Car salesman RJ Willie,
I'll take it.
golf promoting extraordinaire, anything?
I forgot to tell you we were having a golf meeting before.
That's all right. It wasn't a disc golf meeting. I wasn't that interested in it. So
All the above. I'll take it all.
So RJ's a first repeat guest. Last time he was on, as he walked out the door, I made mention of him being a cross-dresser. That's not true. I just want to put that out there now.
Okay, good.
That's not true.
And you do like me.
And I do like RJ.
Okay.
That's for sure. He's a good dude.
He
Even
does
though-
look really good in a dress, though. Just
I
saying.
do.
Now, see, I didn't say that.
I'm just
That was all her.
clarifying that
Here we go.
I would like to look as good as RJ does
The-
when he comes to a Halloween party.
When you can't do it half, you gotta go all the way. So
Let's hope you don't have half a dress on and it's a whole dress. We'll just
it
go
was a
with
whole
that.
dress, wasn't it? It was a
At the
whole-
beginning of the
it was a-
night,
It was a
yeah.
whole dress.
At
Stripped
the
out of
beginning
it.
of the night.
You got to get in character too. The one year I was a pimp, and then my name was Sammy Sweet Tooth, and Dana was Miss Candy Corn, and somebody asked me at the party. They said, "Well, why is she Candy Corn?" I said, "Well, why not?" He said, "Well, do you have anybody else?" And I said, "Well, down the street I got Milky Way and Snicker Bar. If you want those, I'll go back and get them." So you just play the part. You got to have fun with it. There's always one person that does it. So.
Yep.
How did I
That's
end
me.
up here? I don't know how I ended up here. I don't know how this happened. I apologize for this.
That's okay.
Dwayne and I were out talking. You guys are doing your little deal in here. Dwayne and I, we got a lot in common.
That's good. Let's talk about that. What do you guys have in
Man,
common? Let's just go with that.
They were like both guys.
We're both guys.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
questionable.
And
We
there's
both like
that.
race cars.
Yeah.
All right. That's two things.
We both live in Northwest Ohio.
Three things.
Yeah.
All very, very interesting too. That's
Yes,
very
yeah.
Interesting.
It is.
I thought he was quiet. He talks a lot. He's not a professional like me, but he's
Right.
he's right there. I thought I had to egg some of the things out of him. So Dwayne, you live in Tiffin? Yep, live in Tiffin.
See, that's
You
major
run a 305
conversation
about
right
4 years. 4 years. Okay, now we're rolling. Hey, so make sure we have some continuity in here. Continuity. Check that one out.
That's
Look
good.
that one up, kids. Continuity.
We don't have time for that.
Okay. All right.
Now, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about Dwayne Zablocki first. Did you drive the number 9Z 410?
Yes.
You've been racing for X amount of years. You started out this. Your dog's name is what? Let's
Yes.
get on it.
Yes. X amount of years would probably be close to 15. I did pretty much. I think it's my 4th year, 5th year, maybe. I don't know. 410s. We did 4 years in 305s and did 5 years racing go karts.
Is this only your 4th or 5th year in 410s?
I think so.
Really? It seems like it's been longer than
They've
that.
been putting up with me that long.
I don't see you that often.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is. We don't ever hardly race together.
I know.
I never really thought that, but I'm always racing with Stuart Williams and Travis Philo, and
Yeah, we're on. Either I'm having a good night and you're having a bad night, or I'm having a bad night and you're having a good night.
I'm at the races. I never have a bad night.
Not very
So
true.
that can't be it.
Very true. Could be at work.
Could be. Could be here.
Well,
See, that'd be a good night too, wouldn't it?
That wasn't nice, was it?
You guys have at it.
So let's make mention of this. You're hanging out there on the left-hand side of the couch. It's always an issue when we're here, and we were talking about it a little bit beforehand. But
RJ's not afraid of me.
yeah.
No,
You're
I'm
getting-
not. I was gonna bring the pillow up here and just lay down here,
Yeah.
but
So is that making you a little more comfortable or a little less comfortable?
Yeah, well, RJ's comfy with me, I think.
I think
Yeah,
it's comfy
that's-
with everybody.
yeah, Dwayne and I had a good time before he came in. Hi,
Yeah.
Dwayne.
That
Yeah,
makes
how
me
you
uncomfortable.
doing?
But
See, now you know why I put him on that side.
wait. Which camera? When I'll look
We're
straight
talking
ahead.
here. We're not
I
on
know.
camera.
I like the camera though.
Yeah,
But
I know.
For all the people out there, we got in here and sat down, and I just plopped next to Shelly, and it's the manly thing to do. And Brian's like, well, no one sits next to Shelly, and everybody's
No.
sitting over here like this, and
That-
Shelly's
that
off by
is
herself. And I said,
exactly it.
well, then I'm going to come over here and sit next to her then. So that explains that. So.
Well, that's good.
That was a perfect. That right there is normally what I get though. Everybody's down. It's like that line right there.
the end of the couch.
Don't get close to her.
Cooties.
Yeah.
As
like
as
a
Dwayne's
dry
doing the
dance.
womanly thing with their arms crossed, he's not trusting anybody.
No.
He's like, oh, man, I don't know what to do.
Just get more comfortable. That's why the couch is here, is to make everybody more comfortable.
The couch was a great idea, by the way. The first night, I was on the first night, as you guys well know.
I hated it.
That was the tap in and everything.
Yeah, don't kick the table.
And
Well,
don't
he
kick the
felt-
table.
It was like a
Yeah.
job interview. I felt like it was a job interview. When I mentioned this to Farmer, the couch, I thought he was going to veto it because I brought it up in like an Oprah Winfrey kind of thing. You know, chicks dig these couches and it's comfy.
You know, we haven't had a couch jumper yet. Can you jump up and down the couch and talk about Dana?
I can. I can do a Tom Cruise too.
Yeah, that's
Where do you
what I'm
do that
saying.
on? The
That's
View or
Oprah
something?
Winfrey.
That was on Oprah
Oprah.
Winfrey. Yeah, that's why I brought that
You
up.
see how that worked out for
That,
Dana.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you better
Not
stay
so
seated.
much.
We don't have a lot in common, Tom Cruise and I. You know, we were buddies at one time, and it's just, you know, the Scientology thing just,
And my initials are BS.
gosh.
Yeah.
Dwayne's gonna believe it though.
So back to Dwayne. Dwayne,
Okay.
let's talk about your racing a little bit.
All right.
How's it been going? I know one point this year you took a little time off. So explain to us what the thinking was behind that and how things were going
It
up
was
to that
brief
point.
though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it a couple
I
nights?
think we just took one night off.
I thought so. I
Yeah, we
remember
were-
reading it.
We started season off decent, but we kept breaking stuff like every freaking night. And it got to the point that bad maintenance and everything, I couldn't even maintenance a car right, and stuff was breaking on the car. So it's alright, just need to take time off, settle down. Everybody's getting pissed off at each other. We just need to sit back, relax, and kind
You
of
can
get our
say
heads
that on the
back.
internet. She cussed twice and flipped somebody off already today.
Oh,
It's one of them
jeez.
days. We're editing the show. Don't worry. When you go back and cut that beginning off there, Steven, go through and bleep out Shelly and bleep him out there.
Oops.
Maybe more people will watch then. People like that kind of stuff. Last week we had
If our lips start moving and it goes beep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Start
turn into
bleeping
Jerry
random
Springer
things
type
off
deal.
and we have to.
Internet, so.
Right. Creative.
See, I followed that whole story on Facebook because I like to watch everybody talking about, and I seen you say, I'm tired, I'm going to take the weekend off. And I was like, what the freak? What driver can't take the night off because he's tired? But then everybody jumped on your side, so I didn't say anything.
Did you say freak or
I said
flobbity
freak.
flop blah blah
I said
blah blah?
freak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when we edit this, there'll be a beep there, and then it'll sound different. So it'll
It will.
Oh,
sound
then that'll be
better.
cool. Hey, they cuss on the last time.
Or
Right.
add a different voice to it.
Yeah.
There you go. Just right. Do it like they do when they edit the movies on the.
Fred from
TV.
Fred from the Tonight Show. Thanks for chiming in there.
Yeah.
He's an integral part of the
Sorensen,
show.
or what's his name?
So did it help? Did you catch up and then?
It did. It gave us time all to relax a little bit and
1 week.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
It was just
actually
a night.
one night.
Yeah, it was. But you went to the races that night, so
Yeah.
you relaxed.
Yeah, I
Basically-
did relax. It was nice.
You didn't go to the races and go, man, I should have brought the car.
I did do that, but
See, so you didn't relax. So it actually probably made it worse.
But I got my head on straight at least, and been working overtime at work for ever since Christmas, and still working overtime. And yeah, I can go to hell. But
Just
so
that.
that's not a curse word though.
No, it's
We're gonna have to edit that part out too, so he can keep his job. Otherwise, he's gonna have to race for a living.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't watch the show. Remember?
no one's watching.
But it helped us get our heads on straight and focus on actually what's going on instead of our problems on the racetrack, and I think it helped us out quite a bit.
It tends to when everyone's tired and you're crashing and you're ouchy, and it tends to intensify things.
We gotta. Well, there's some volume on that. Sorry about that. Go ahead, just keep talking like nothing's happened. They can't see
Okay.
us now, but we're kind of.
They can't
I don't know
see-
if didn't know you were being videoed.
So they can't see this then.
Right.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Right, they can't see that.
Awesome.
This is the Dwayne Zablocki sprint car, sponsored by Burns.
Yeah, see there. See, we don't let people rattle off their sponsors except for Art snuck it in. Art Ball snuck it in
He
when he was
did.
on. But
And
so
because he went like this, and I was like, oh no,
here it
that's
comes.
not allowed.
So my brother goes around, and when we know who's going to be on, we didn't know who's going to be on a lot of times, but we knew you were going to be on. So he goes through and shoots your sponsors for you, so you don't have to.
There we go. That works.
That way we don't give you that opportunity to say, I want to thank my grandma.
Right. You gotta pay attention though when you're at the races because you never know who's videoing what. So
Yeah,
apparently there
that's
you're
awesome.
enjoying a walking taco. It must have been.
I don't know. I think that's a bag of Cheetos actually.
Well, it could have
Yeah.
been. I'm not sure.
Breakfast of Champions.
We only got the first.
New on the Fremont Speedway menu this year, by the way, the cheese puffs are.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Just thought I'd throw
Let
it in.
me ask you a question while everybody's watching the video. What was the biggest adjustment from running a 305 for 4 years and then jumping into 410? And everybody's probably going to think, well, the speed. Well, sometimes on a dry and slick track, you got 305 guys are kicking off times similar to what the 410s are running. So what was a something that you had to think about weekly that like somebody's golf game where
See if I get this
they're
right.
I got to make sure I keep my head down. I can't lift. I got to stay down on the ball. What was one thing that really stayed in your mind
Is that right?
from the transition from the 305 car to 410 car?
The biggest thing I found was the available horsepower. The Go Fast pedal is a lot more responsive on a 410 than it is a 305,
Do I win?
especially when it's fast.
Right.
Wet heavy. When track slicks off, the little Go Fast pedal is, from a 305 standpoint, is the lack of horsepower actually helps you out because it's more like an on-off switch in a way. I mean, the 305s are putting out some serious horsepower now compared to what I was in there, but you treat it more like an on-off switch. Where in a 410, when the track slicks off, it's no longer an on-off switch anymore. It's a dimmer switch.
Gotcha.
I used to be a carpenter.
That's a pretty good job, though, asking that question. That's a good question. So when you're next week hosting,
That's right. I did.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're gonna have
Thinking
to
ahead.
figure out who's gonna be on next week, and then start thinking of those questions that you want to ask them.
See, we don't race this weekend, so we don't have any controversy that we can talk about next week.
Make something up.
Then we've thought about doing that. I have. I can't say we because I haven't run that by Brian yet, but I've thought about it.
Hey, go
Just
ahead, whatever.
something.
I made all my notes here, so
Well, when I jump in the 29 car, I'm not going to go automatically to the tail. I'm not going to listen to Farmer on that. I'm going to,
Wait a
if I
minute.
start fourth, I'm going to run fourth.
what? Wait a minute. What did I miss?
The 29 car.
When did you end up in the 29 car?
I will be in the 29 car. No, that's not your car. I'll be in the 29 car for 2 shows, starting
Maybe we should
3
bring Rich
weeks.
Farmer in here because I'm not. This is the first time.
Money
hearing of
Tucks, sister. Money Tucks.
That's
Leave a message.
the first time that we heard about
Yeah,
that. So
actually, and
that's the first time
and
anybody's heard of this.
my new best friend Dwayne's going to help me out.
Yeah.
Still makes me uncomfortable with your hand on his shoulder. I don't know what that is. You know, if he didn't wear a dress all the time, I think we just learned.
We're close.
I think we just learned something about Dwayne and RJ.
Oh, wait, we're
no.
Right on.
There's your controversy.
That's
First
It's
opening
been
gate
it's been
for
it's been in the
Red
works
Rock,
for a couple of months, and I think the night that, or the afternoon, Sunday afternoon that I ran was pretty was a little bit of a
See, and Farmer wonders why I have these conversations with him, and I'll say, I didn't know that. And he'll say, I told you that. I've never heard this before.
well. I don't think do you have to tell everybody everything?
Look at his eyes and see what the truth
I'm
is there.
running. I'm gonna make the show.
All right.
I just the biggest thing for me, if you were gonna ask me the question, Dwayne, is how do I stay out of everybody's way? And running the car, by yourself, and you feel like you're going fast, and then you're like you weren't going fast. Well, I was going around there at a pretty good clip. I just don't know if I can do it with a bunch of cars, but I'm going to give it a try, and with the backing that I
did
have
too,
and the
and I
amount
thought
of
I was
money that I
going
have
really
coming
quick,
along
too.
to this deal, and I'm
Hey,
gonna.
We've been doing it for years, and we feel the same.
I did it, and I felt like I was like cruising right along. And I even watched the tack, and I knew I tacked 6,500. That's on the straightaway. And I thought
Real
that was
spin.
really good for me.
Yeah.
It's on the straightaway. And then I looked over and I seen my kid running through the infield throwing things at me, and I thought, what the heck?
Yeah, you.
Seriously?
The bike was going fast.
No, he was running.
He was
He
running.
wasn't even on a bike.
I thought I was
He
going
I
to
was
on
going-
Saturday, and McFadden drove by me at the halfway point.
and waved.
Yeah, I got lap before halfway. I pulled off.
So let's talk about this big buck bonus bomb and bump whatever thing. You say it the right way, so we know what it was, because nobody knew.
I always
Yeah.
put
Big-
challenge in there.
Big bomb and bonus bump. Big
Oh,
bomb
I
and bonus
wasn't-
bump.
Big
I wasn't even close.
Big
Sally
bomb and
sells
bonus.
seashells down by the
that's
seashore.
seashore.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. So
Big bomb and
tell
bonus.
us how this program happened. I don't even know if we talked about this on the show or not, because
Oh,
you've been on later.
the backroom deals, and well, it happened in front of Marilyn Gensman's box, actually. So
Buck don't come to races too often.
no, that was the second week I'd been there, but I think anyway. But he was. I was down in the infield, and I walked through, and he was up there. He was just up there soaking it up, and he waved at me, and so I come around and went up, and Farmer was behind me, and he had his daughter Brooke with him, and we started talking, and he said, "Man, that's a great race." Da 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 da. We started talking, and then Farmer, Rich, and Buck started talking, and Buck asked how much the truck winner got, and it was like $400, and he said, okay, and how much the 305 guys win again? And it's like, well, it's $600, and the 410s are $2,000. Now it's $2,500, close enough. And then that's just how it kind of got started. And he goes, "We need to. Don't you think we need to do?" He always starts something with a question. He's like, "Don't you think we need to do something that'll get the fans excited and the drivers excited?" And Rich, I mean the promoter 101 said, "Well, what are you thinking?" Or something to that effect. And Buck said, "Why don't we they went back and forth, and then out of both of their conversation came start from the rear and pay $5,000 if they win for the 305s and the trucks. And they said, well, why don't, and we'll do 10,000 for the 410s. And it went from 10,000 to 7,500, and then we backed it down to 5. And that happened in front of the first box seat, Gensman's box seat. And your wife was standing there too, and I thought, she's gonna hear it all. She was there Rich had to sign something. And I thought, she's gonna know before everybody else is, and then Brian's gonna leak it on the last lap. And she didn't say a word, but she was standing within earshot of what was being said. So, but
I believe I was one of the first people to know, but I didn't say anything.
we ended up with the 5, 5, and 5, and afterwards we were walking back to the car, and or I was walking back to my car, and I don't know where he parked, but anyway, he just pulled into the pits. We walked right into the gate opening where Dustin and Foos' parked there, and he started talking with the guys, and then he ended up talking to Bobby Clark for about 25 minutes and just asking him questions about what he thought about 7,500 versus 10 versus 5, and Bobby gave him some good input, and that Monday he said, RJ, let's just do 5. I was thinking 75, but let's just do 5 for the 410 guys, and if they want to do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't.
I was surprised the 410 guy did it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have thought that it was a good idea in a 410 to do it. The 305
Depends on your situation. I'm guessing you would have probably taken it
I would take it.
because it's a guaranteed $600.
Yeah.
Yes. And,
Yeah.
I think I crunched the numbers. Was about
Fifth
place,
650.
650. Yes, and it's very tough to finish 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing, I think it was Brandon Moore, Jimmy's son. I don't know if that's the oldest or the youngest, but he finished 10th. He took the challenge, finished 10th, and that paid $185 plus our $185,
Right.
and that's third place money.
Yeah, when I heard that, especially for the 305
Right.
and the 410,
The trucks.
305 and the truck guys, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
Right.
You take that. I mean, you want to win, obviously, but to double your money, it's 2 nights in one, basically. And then sometimes you can make it through, to a pretty good finishing position. So you had to take it. It was a no-brainer for me because it was a guaranteed $600.
Right.
If I'd had a shot. So.
Right. And I think, and that was from the very beginning that we were gonna double up everybody. And I think more of it was that, a lot of it you're doing for the love of the sport. You played softball for 10 years and wrecked your body when you probably shouldn't have been playing anymore, but you still played, and you did it for the love of the sport. And I think, that at that point, some of these guys are out there because they just love to compete, and they're athletes, and they don't. But the $400 for the trucks, Buck was like, that somebody's got to take that challenge in the trucks. I mean, that's $5,000.
I think someone did every night, didn't they?
And somebody did, somebody did every week.
At least one, every week. I
Well-
have to stop you here real quick though, because you started on that softball team, and I looked at her, and you were thinking that, where's he going with this? I know you enough by now that you were thinking. I just had to say that because I know she's going, where's he going with this?
Yeah,
but she was going to tell me afterwards.
Just
when he started.
do it for the love of it. Just throwing the example
We're
in
getting
there.
the mesh here.
Yeah.
We're getting the
Yeah,
mesh.
throwing the example in there. I mean, and if you want, I can talk in metaphors all day long.
No,
just drive
we're
everybody
good.
crazy.
We're
But
good.
in that respect, it was. I don't want to say that it was. They're not making enough money doing it, and I think a lot of it is just for the love of the sport and for the win. I won.
Yeah.
And not be boastful about it, but I won 9 times and still be 13 of the other guys' best friend. I mean, that there's the.
You have to think about that though. When you start on the front row, you have to think about that money. Like you said, $600. How big a boost is that?
Oh, yeah.
Especially for somebody in our situation,
Right.
it makes a big difference. I know when I was running the 39 car for Tim Merrill, and if we had the opportunity, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, whatever you want to do, go ahead." And I'm thinking, you got to do it for that. A win is good,
Right.
but
But then you also got to think about the excitement. The whole thing Buck said, and Rich agreed, and Rich was that it was funny because they just both were on the same page. I just kind of was the backseat driver. Buck looked at me and said, "What do you think?" And I was like, "What say, yay, yes.
Excitement for the fans.
But that's what it was all about. It was the fans and the getting them excited. And if anybody knows Buck, that's what it's like backyard games. You start talking about backyard games. You know, the king of backyard games is Buck. Just the funniest, stupidest little things that you can think of, we'll play. You know, throw an unabused can into the wind into a trash can, and just off the wall stuff. Quarters up against a concrete block. You know, just
Where are you going with this?
But I'm just saying, it's just those kind of things are what are exciting to him, and just the fan thing and the
Did you watch
and the
truck
drivers.
race?
So
I did.
it's
Actually.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because Sean Delaney was starting last, right?
Right. I did.
And there was a lot of us that
Great
were up there
segment,
watching
thanks.
it.
And I
I was
think everybody
struggling.
wanted Sean to get to the opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
I think everybody was
Absolutely.
hoping, knowing it was going into the last. I forgot it was last night, and someone said, "Oh, Bowman's pulled the plug on it." And I'm like, "What do you mean they pulled the plug?" And then it occurred to me.
Well, we
And-
didn't.
But that was the
It
deal.
was set for a
Yeah,
certain.
it was set for
It just-
the last weekend in July,
I
or
forget.
the first weekend.
I
in July.
forgot, but I was glad Sean got to do it.
Isn't
It's
it
good
funny
thing
how
they
some
s-
people say that they pulled the plug? We're not doing it anymore.
It was good that they went from the group qualifying deal to the pill draw because
Right.
Sean wasn't going to get a chance.
No.
You know, they made it very clear at the beginning, if you're sandbagging, then you're out. You know, it's not
Right.
a good deal. And Sean, you know, he was going to have to sandbag to make it. So
Right.
I think there was a lot of integrity with everybody too. That was something that was thought about, not at length, but just the integrity of Brian. You know, hey, you see my front nose wing, back off. I'm going for the $5,000. And I
Right.
told Buck, I said, you know what? There's no one's going to do that.
yeah.
You know, it's pride talking at that point. There's
Right.
no way you're going to get by me to win that $5,000.
Right. If
No
they
one's going to
finished
make it
like
easy.
18th to do it, maybe. But yeah, when you're battling for the win, nobody was going to give McFadden, you know, the chance.
Well, one, he's an
to go up there.
outsider.
Right.
He's not he's not one of the boys in the boys
Right.
club, and I don't know. You guys just kind of solidified something. I think that racing is no longer that kind of sport. I think it's a business because every one of you just told me you
Yeah,
do it
it's
for the
absolutely
money.
business.
The win is nothing. It's all about the money.
Well, this kind of little deal, I think the money kind of takes precedence, and just the excitement about it. That's what it was all about. The fans got fired up about it, and it, and Brian Liskey took it a whole nother level by goading everybody into
definitely.
taking the challenge, and really just not holding back on calling them a name.
Didn't
You know,
James
Just saying something
wasn't going to take
derogatory.
it. He wasn't
Yeah.
going to take it. He originally said, I remember he said, I would be stupid not to take it, but I'm not going to take it. And Brian said, I heard him say, so you're calling yourself stupid. Then he ended up
during Speed Week,
and
and
turned
they
it down.
offered him $10,000,
They did.
right?
Oh, yeah,
Right,
they both
yeah.
did.
$10,000 to do that. And,
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I don't know if you can do it or not because it's an all-star race. It already pays double, and all the all-stars are there. You know, he wasn't really cherry picking because we've got really good cars here, but it was considerably easier to do it at a regular show than it would have been at the all-star show, especially with the 14K in the field.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Speaking of that, have you seen the picture that they tweeted for the Doty? Has anyone seen it? I found it ironic.
the check
The check.
with his name
and
on
it says Dale Blaney on it. It's a picture
that
from
was,
last year.
That was your track photographer, by the way, that did that.
Was it? I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
I
he
just
tweeted
seen
it
the
to Brad
picture.
Doty and said, "Here, I fixed it for you."
That-
and then
I didn't
Brad
see,
retweeted
I
it.
seen Brad's retweet. I
Yeah.
didn't see the photographer's.
Yeah, that came from Chris.
Yeah. I
As
thought
soon as
that-
he saw it, it was immediate. You know, it's like, oh,
But
I just read
but then
Blaney.
Dale tweeted it back that it wasn't a good thing.
It was a
Yeah,
jinx.
Yeah, it was a jinx.
Do you know how much money that we paid out through that whole thing for the three,
I did up until this last weekend.
minus the wing, Matt Merrill's wing. You know, Valenti wins the 5,000 and McFadden wins 1,000 extra. That's 6. I think it was close to
And then there was
8,000
another
14 or
1,400 or 1,600
Yeah.
total with all the other stuff.
total. So that's
A good chunk
pretty
of
good,
change.
pretty good shooting.
Thanks.
Minus the wing. Minus
Thanks
the
from
wing.
the racers.
Yes.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was fun.
I bet.
It was fun.
Any chance to doing that again in the future?
Don't know.
Well, that's good. That's not a no.
That's a don't know.
Right.
You never Never
And
say
I thought
never.
it was really cool, especially for Buck, because he doesn't come to the races. He's not a I love racing kind of guy, and Bauman's always just go far and beyond all the time. Mike's not a big race fan.
No, but we're gonna get him to the races one time before the end of the year.
Mike or Buck?
Mike. Buck's already been there 3 times, more than I thought he would ever. He's got such a busy schedule, and a lot of people don't realize that he's probably one of the best golfers in Ohio. Still, he's the Ohio Senior Amateur Champ. He golfs a lot.
You buttered up to him a lot the last time you were on. So
who did?
Yeah, you buttered up to Mike last time you were on. You went on and on about him last time. So we already got that on video.
Yeah, but that was no. I'm not talking about Mike. I'm talking about Buck.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's no buttering up there.
All right. I didn't want to rehash the show we already did.
No, but we have a lot of employees that are race fans, so it makes it for an easy transition for us.
So Dwayne, you gonna go down to Lima?
That was my next question too.
Oh, I'd love to.
We are just.
we just pulled the motor Sunday, unfortunately, and found out there's a little cam damage to the motor.
So you put the backup bullet in and go over there, right?
I wish I could, but currently we are very behind at work, and I'm pulling 11-hour shifts right now, trying to get caught up, and I'm going to be in no condition to head down there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm
Who
going to
does
make
your
it.
motor program?
I got Level doing it.
Yeah.
He does a very good job with it, and I can't complain about it at all. And I don't even know if I'm going to make it down to the Doty just to watch. So.
Yeah, I want to go.
Are you going?
I'm gonna go. Well, my kid's there. I won't get to see my kid again until
2 days
our
later.
word about. Oh, I will get to go down to Eldora, but I'm not only going down on Saturday.
Can you do me a favor while you're down there?
I sure can.
Because I'm thinking of it right now. Paulus is sending over my T-shirts with somebody, and I need somebody to bring them back home.
I can do that. Remind me tomorrow though, because
Just watch the show tomorrow, and then that'll be your reminder. Because I'll forget all about it.
I'll do that. I'll set my alarm clock in the morning and watch the show.
So
no Royal, no Lima Land.
No Royal, no Lima Land for me. As much as I love racing Eldora. I love racing Lima, which is weird because two polar opposites. But now we just can't afford to do it at the moment.
I like Lima. It's usually good. Waynesfield's my favorite. Lima would have to be a close second. Eldora, not so much.
Did you run any Speedway shows?
Yes, we
Other
ran.
than the 2 Fremont shows.
Yeah, we showed up to Attica, then we left, and then we we went.
Is there a story behind that? You just
No, we just left.
Okay.
It rained out.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty good reason to leave, I think.
She doesn't even have black hair.
I don't go to
Boy, it's
it.
got the whole one by you, Shelley.
Yeah, then we actually went to race down in Eldora. That was fun. I felt we were a little bit more competitive this year than we were last year down there. Took Waynesfield off. Then we went to Wayne County.
And then you left.
Yeah, then we left.
Well, eventually.
After
actually, we left
5 hours.
before they called it. Everybody else was leaving. We missed the transfer.
I actually saw that on Twitter.
We're leaving.
That the 9Z was leaving.
I did too, because I read it.
Yeah.
Actually, we did
So
not
actually
go
tweeted that we're
down.
leaving?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I said, this one's leaving. Oh, there goes the Blockies. They're leaving. You just
Yeah.
could watch throughout the night.
Yeah, I already saw Greg Wilson left. I think Byron Reed left. I'm like, if these guys are leaving, I might as well leave too. I mean, it's going to be one big...
You didn't stay around for all the fun.
No. I know, we were almost home by the time they called us.
Yeah.
Then, let's see, what was after Wayne County?
Sharon.
Sharon, yeah, we didn't even bother going there.
They canceled early, though. That was
Yeah.
cool that they did that.
And, let's see, we weren't planning to head down there regardless. Let's see, the Sharon, then it was Lima, yes, we ran Lima. Did pretty good there. Won the dash even. So,
I see.
yeah.
Yep.
So you started on a pole then?
Yeah, started on a pole, and then was running second for a while. And,
Is this
Then
one of
we-
those Dwayne Zablocki bad luck things? Because you seem to
Yes.
have really bad luck.
yes,
I'm not
we,
gonna-
Those infield tires only stick out about this far, though.
you'd be proud of me. I was nowhere even near the tires. I hit the outside wall.
So you're trying to get.
You know nothing about that.
Yeah, I
That outside wall. What's that look like?
I'm like running against the wall. I'm like, wow, Brian would be very proud of me at this. Oh, no, that's not good.
Pulled a dine in.
Yeah. At least my tire kept air though.
Yeah.
Did knock the rear end out of it? Knock the Jacobs leather out.
It didn't do that until I hit the second time. But
Oh, so you tried it twice.
yeah, so I tried a backstretch wall too. That I think that did a car in.
Not much different than the
Yeah.
front stretch.
No, it didn't.
Just
That's
as hard.
good.
No.
At least we know now.
But yeah, just making a point. Don't hit the outside wall. I know. I know you've been running the nosebleed section lately.
A little bit.
Yeah, just stay away from the walls.
See, I'm not the only one who noticed.
Yeah, and then Fremont. Yeah, we're horrible in Fremont. I don't know what our problem is over there lately. So yeah, those
Well,
are
you skipped a night, so you're missing practice and stuff. So
yeah,
You'll be
very
there
true,
every night.
very true.
Fremont's
And,
spinning.
From what I heard, you can show up on Sunday if you got a couple of dollar bills and.
why don't
Yeah,
you
we're
flip
gonna-
a few over here so he can get a
We're
little
gonna
bit?
get to the bottom of this story
I need
here.
to flip a couple more over my way so I can get a little bit more pee time in there.
I mean, we're going to head down to KC, but I think after Wayne County, we looked at the trailer tires, and they had a nice little crown to all the tires.
That was another one of those
Ooh,
bad
that's
luck.
not a good thing. So at least we've noticed it before we hit the interstate this time.
Because that's a cruise.
Yes, it is.
I like the racing down there, but I hate the travel time.
Yeah, I've
Not as bad
never
as we
been
know.
down there yet.
It's so boring. The travel there is just so boring.
Going down 23.
Yeah.
You've never raced at Casey?
I never even been there.
Really.
wow.
It's a cool
I'm gonna have to
ride.
get down there sometime this year.
It's like a soup bowl, isn't it? That's what it reminds me of. Kind of sits down like a soup bowl.
Yeah. Everybody loves it. I just never made it.
Yeah, it's a fun racetrack. I've raced there quite a bit.
Yeah, those are pretty much the gist of our speed week.
Maybe during we're down for the fair there a couple weeks.
Yeah, I might head down there.
Check
Yeah,
it out
don't
instead.
go on a regular Saturday.
Why?
Well, because I personally on Friday nights I don't go to Attica. I like to go to the lake. Nothing against Attica. Just to clarify that for you, so that I don't get in trouble
been
later
said.
on.
It's already on Twitter that
But
you're dissing Attica.
I know. But I like to go to the lake on Fridays. That gives me a break to go up there, and so I know what cars are at Attica. And I even said the night you were tired, I said, "Oh, we're losing Zablocki. Oh, we're losing this one." So usually going into Saturday, I have a good idea of our car count. So don't go down to KC or Atomic now, or
As a fan, come to Fremont. As a driver, the less cars they have there, the easier it is for me to make that $300 for making a feature. Business wise, you go anywhere you want.
now we're back to that business then.
But
yeah.
as the Last Lap Live host, which is basically a Fremont Speedway, make sure you're there, and if you need any help, call, and we'll try and figure out a way to get you there.
Borrow a motor from you.
Yeah,
I'll take your backup motor.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome to it. As soon as you find
Is it
it,
backup mode?
you can have it.
Yeah, I think it's in a lawnmower, isn't it?
No, I didn't have one for that.
Yeah, push that one too. One of little rotor blades on it.
Yep, one of those. I don't know. My wife mows the lawn, so I don't know.
Well, good, what a good wife you have.
Very true. Very true.
Maybe I could get a wife.
They're overrated.
And my grass won't be about this tall.
Hey, maybe my wife would be interested in mowing your lawn.
Oh,
I'll
Kim.
have to ask her.
Hey Kim,
She's
you
not
busy this
watching.
weekend?
Yeah, she's not watching. She's at home painting.
They're
the
going on
bedroom.
vacation. Yes, after she got done mowing the yard today, she went in and painted.
Yeah, I helped her move the bed though
Oh,
out of the
there you go.
way so she could paint the. She's been painting the bedroom. So.
It's not good to get paint on a bed.
No, she's been taking care of all that stuff.
Cutting us off, RJ's cutting us off.
Yeah.
No, I haven't said a word in 4 minutes. That's a record. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, that's.
I was
You
content with
just
staying
blew it.
quiet.
Congratulations.
Staying
You did.
content, staying quiet, listening to him.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna try it because I do have barbecue chicken at home, and honestly, you're welcome to come over and have some. But we got to do having a ball with art. That's our segment where you take this pad right here, and RJ's done one race, doesn't get to do another one, and you put it on your head with this marker, and you draw your race car, and you make sure you put the 9Z on it, and then we take it down, we put it in front of the camera, the crowd laughs at you, and then you autograph it, and we put it out there with the other legends like Art Ball and Mark Keegan and Bobby
Jim
Clark and all
Jim
those guys.
Linder.
Jim
Oh
Linder.
boy,
So,
that sounds like a.
Did
lot
you
of
see
fun.
them? They're all framed up there too.
Not
Pretty
all of
cool.
them.
Yeah,
For all the people that are watching, they have them framed up on the wall. It's awesome.
yeah, why don't we get a picture of that next week
So I can
or
actually-
whenever we do the show next?
Could actually do this.
Let me come up
Okay.
and put the rest in frames.
Yeah.
I have the frames.
Whenever you're ready, go for it.
All right.
Just I don't have any here, so I can make this joke. Like fat people can make fat jokes. If you just fill in that area right there on each side a little better.
Yeah.
With that marker.
Just a
if you
little
want.
shady.
Okay, there's a tire there, another tire there.
Hey, Farmer's
Red
killing, by the way,
You're
with his
blue.
fuzz he's got on top of his head
Getting
after
back,
shaving his
isn't
head.
it?
Yeah.
Carrot grew back real fast.
Yeah.
We went on a bike ride the other day, and when the sun hits it, it's
Yeah.
now green. There's like green and yellow in it.
Wow, that's actually pretty decent.
Is it? Did you compare it with the other ones?
That's
Let me
a,
see.
it's like a micro.
Yeah,
It's little, but it.
Yeah, that's a little.
He drew his racing champion.
He's going
version.
so fast that the number flew off the wing.
Autograph.
I pull like a wheelie and
That is pretty cool.
It's funny
What is
he's
it?
got this whole
Motorcycles,
thing.
a nosy or
It's a hard.
An endo?
endo? Yeah,
I've seen you do those before too. I got
yeah.
one on film.
I do. I've seen that on YouTube.
You ended up
also.
in the infield in
No,
that
now you gotta
very
sign
position
it.
there.
You
Go ahead and
gotta sign
autograph that
I
for
tried
us.
to say hi to your brother. If I recall right.
Yeah, you're one of the reasons he quit taking pictures in the infield.
Scare
because-
him.
I am just an influence of all kinds of racing people.
Yeah, it worked out good because now he sits in the stands and videos for me. So
For what it's worth, I enjoy you being there. You're a family deal. I always see your mom there.
Thank you.
They're always dressed in red, and they're all
Yeah, she loves red.
united. And
we kid because we
She's
kid.
not in red. She's in black.
so, Brian Smith, I rest my case. Chicks dig
Zoom in
black.
on that. Look at how he drew his racing champion version of the
I
9Z.
catch a lot of grief for the black because I wear black.
She was ready today.
I did wear
I'm
black.
quite partial to black too.
I like black.
Now, see, today it would have worked out good if you worn black because then we'd have
I
been.
know.
We'd have
I
been
thought
black,
about
We're
that.
orange,
like
black.
Twinkies.
Somehow I didn't get the memo.
It's our Halloween program.
Of course, because
Yeah,
I'm the
that's
girl. Y'all
That
got
makes
I
things
have-
different.
Although this is the first time I picked a guest, and I picked you. By the way.
did.
I give you a hard time, but I picked you for this
He
week.
texted me and he said, or wait, where were we? And he goes, who's our guest next week? And I said, your turn.
Yeah. So
And I didn't hear anything on Sunday, and I'm like, oh, shoot.
Well, I needed to have somebody from the racetrack. I actually was going to have Matt Merrill, but he couldn't do it. And so my brother took some video of Matt Merrill. But,
Well, I bet that makes you guys feel really good.
well, no, he was the first one. William
Oh.
Block, he was the first one.
Yeah.
And then Matt couldn't do it, and I talked to him at almost the same time that Matt said he couldn't do it. And he said he wanted to come in and talk about the Bowman deal, so we were on. It worked out good. So thanks for being
Like I
our...
said, I've had Dwayne on my list forever. This week I would have went with Philo and Stu. Just because
Stu
they had
lets
all.
us down every week, though.
I know he's bailed on me every time. I think I've had him scheduled 3 or 4 times, but I thought they were doing those friendly waves to each
Waves
other
to
on
each
the
other,
front.
right.
I don't know that Stu was waving. He pretty much seemed tunnel vision, but
Maybe that's why Travis was mad at him.
could have been at least. Maybe if he would have got him back a good one, you know,
Yeah, could
maybe
be.
he wouldn't have been so upset.
He was jealous of the accent.
Yeah.
Right. There was a bunch of Australians there. There was all kinds of
It
people.
was-
It
Did
did.
we have the- did you guys have the Australian?
We do the national anthem.
Yeah, the national anthem.
We didn't sing it, but
Did you play
we
it?
played it during Speedweek.
Yeah.
Played it during
Because
speed.
there was a bunch of them.
Yeah, I thought
Crikey.
that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
There's 7
And
or 8
they're
of
still
them.
coming.
Yeah.
Toby Balboa just landed today, I think.
Did you come over here to race?
No, I think he's just following the whole Graver team. The way it
Okay.
sounds, I think he's with Andrew.
I was giving Roddy mentioned something about watching the show last week, and
He did.
he was hoping to see a fight between
Yeah.
those 2 guys that I named with you guys, but I didn't see it and said we did a good show, and I was giving him business about
He
coming
did.
back over here and racing again because he is so good at Fremont Speedway. That is definitely sarcasm, by the way, in
and-
case you didn't know.
And Roddy, if he didn't enjoy it, he's that guy. He would have said, "Boy, you guys sucked it up."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anything else you got to say, RJ? I know you got all kinds of words in there that sometimes they just gotta get out.
Just need to know if I'm on next week.
We'll talk about it. I don't know if they're gonna do a show. I'm not gonna be here.
There
so
won't
you
be a
guys-
show.
You guys can do what
Come
you
on.
want. Yeah, you never know. Are they racing at Attica?
Rich he's
talk.
sat in before.
Yeah, but I think
We'll
he
let
wants
Rich
to.
sit.
It makes me a little bit more uncomfortable when Farmer's here because sometimes I just don't say the right things and I don't want
Put
to.
Farmer and him together then.
Yeah, Farmer and RJ.
Farmer and RJ, that could be good.
2 RJs.
Yeah.
You guys probably got all kinds of stories you could tell. You sure you don't want to do it, Dwayne?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
I'm a I can hardly hold a conversation now.
Did a good
No,
job out
that's
there.
not true.
What's that?
We had a nice talk out there.
Well, that's
There
what
was
I
no uncomfortable.
Pause.
And
Pauses
I will
of
tell
si-
you,
no
you
si-
at
and
least are
silence.
conversing with us. We didn't ask you a question. You said.
Well, the answer to that is I'm not real sure.
Normally it's, so what's your hobby? Nothing.
Yeah, sometimes we gotta dig deep.
How many
just to
kids you got?
Get an answer.
2
Yeah, how many kids you got anyway?
Let's see here.
that you're aware of.
None that I'm aware of.
Zero.
None that
Yeah.
you're aware of. Okay.
It's too bad tax credits, man.
That's what I hear.
Helps racing.
I know a lot of people that go for a lot of those tax credits.
Yikes.
How many kids you got, RJ?
2.
I didn't really want to know, so that's good. You just answered 2. That's good enough. We done? We got anything
I'm
else?
good.
We got a show?
I think
You
we
good?
have some truck clips. We have some
Yeah,
truck
we
clips
definitely
of
want to
Sean.
show the truck race where RJ shows off my 2 plus shirt that are for sale. At the race is $15. Can I say that?
And it feels good too. It's a good
think it's
Yeah.
it's a
okay.
good feeling
It's a
T-shirt.
nice shirt. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
rip off my sponsors or anything, but
Dwayne, you got t-shirts for sale?
I do. I
Okay.
actually have a handful of t-shirts left. We're trying to sell them. We're trying to get rid of the rest of what we have, and so we can get some new sometime.
And how much are the t-shirts again?
I think they're right around $15 also.
excellent. Come down
Bring
by
them
a
up to the
nice
booth.
t-shirt.
Two
and
good
we'll-
questions to ask.
we can sell them for you. We got some driver shirts up there now. I don't know if anybody told you that, but
Yeah,
What percentage do you take out of that deal?
$2, but it all goes back into the Fast Points Fund.
Oh, you're not in the fast points anymore because you missed the race at Fremont, right?
That was not a fast night.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're in. I'm not, so I won't take
And
my
you can
shirts up there.
miss one. You can miss one and still be in. You gotta
Like
race
95%.
95% of them. I think.
Oh, that's right.
So you're good. That wasn't the night you
We're,
cut off.
we're hanging the tail end of the points there. I don't think we can miss a night.
There's still a lot of racing left though.
I think there's only 6 regular shows at Fremont. I think there's a couple
I know
all-star
I'm
shows
halfway.
and
I'm
outlaw
halfway
shows.
through my ticket pile. The other day I seen that I stack them up, and I've only got 2 left instead of 4. So halfway there.
You want to bring up the golf outing? The date?
I have no idea when it is. I
September
know
21st.
Well, explain that a little bit because you're the one that knows about it.
September 21st.
There's a golf outing. It's for what? It's where at? It's who's putting it
Sycamore
on?
at Sycamore Hills, and for the Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame, second annual. So last year we had great success with it, and this year there will be no.
the racer term is cherry picking.
No, not the
No handicap.
no handicap.
Oh no,
yeah.
handicap.
So I mean
thought you
that
meant
was
the
kind of
people
a
buying or getting real tough teams
You a golfer?
together.
well. It was $100. It was $100 a man last year. It was $400 a team, and it's $60 a man this year. So $240. 6 times 4 is 24. $240 for a team. So a
but
maximum.
you're racing for sponsorship this year.
Yeah, you're
Instead
golfing for sponsorship.
There'll be 5, 3, 5, 4. 7.
Right now, I think
Kinda.
Mike has 4. I think deals working where there's going to be sponsorship money available for a driver, and we won't get into how that's going to be. Basically, you got to have if it stays true. I don't know if this is 100%. It's probably 95%. But a driver, an owner, or a crew member, you pick somebody and you put them on their team, and if you're one of the top 5 teams, that the top 5 scores after 18 holes, you get into a bowl and you pick it out and you win a sponsorship for the year. So, but $60 a man, that puts us right in the area of any other golf outing that you would golf in. $100 is at the high end, and last year I know there's some people that didn't want to play just because of the amount of money, but $60 a man is a great amount.
Steak dinner.
To
18 holes.
yes.
Door prizes.
We're still ton of door prizes. So it's going to be
I
a
cleaned
good
house
time.
there last year. I walked out. I won a whole bunch of door prizes.
You did?
I did. I don't know how, but it seemed like every one they drew was mine.
We'll have to look into that kind of.
Yeah.
There might be some
See
cheating
who was
factors going
drawn.
on.
No, really, it's not, because I don't like to get up in front of people to go up to collect my prizes, and when I have to do that, it's like devastating for me.
So the people that are watching September 21st, $60 a man, $240 for a foursome, and we'll have some great door prizes to win, and be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun last year, and we had 24 teams last year at $100 a man,
It's,
woman.
is Is it closed up this year at, did you say 36 teams?
30. I thought it was 35 or 36 teams,
35 or 36 teams.
which is going to be a grind. It's going to be an all-day deal, but it'll be a lot of fun. So it was a lot of fun last year, so no excuses.
It's getting hot in here. It's time to
Yep. All right, we're gonna close up shop here. We're gonna go ahead and play the truck highlights, which is Sean Delaney coming from the tail to win $5,400 and get showered in beer with the Bradner boys.
It
And
was kind of a dud, though, at first. Were you up there?
I
was.
saw it on the
Oh,
video today.
He got blasted, I thought.
Yeah, afterward.
After the flag got out of there.
Yeah.
After Farmer grabbed the flag.
After the first one, it was like just a little like baby spit, but then it got better.
So go ahead and play that, Steven, and we will see you. Check in next week, 7 o'clock, just to see if we're on. I'm not sure, not 100% sure yet, but we will be on the following week. So come on back and see us.
Dana Dana Fry leads the charge down the backstretch. Corey Ward takes a look to his inside in 3 and 4. Fry shuts the door. Jimmy McGrath runs third. Sean Valenti is 6th. Now he looks for 5th down the backstretch, and we're just coming to 1/4 of the way home. Here we go. Corey Ward, Kent Brewer, Dana Fry, Sean Valenti. For the lead. Here comes Sean Valenti to the outside, 3 wide for the lead, $5,000 on the line. Valenti to the outside, 3 wide for the lead, side by side, door to door. Sean Valenti to the outside of Kent Brewer. For those fans that went home after the sprint feature, you're missing a dandy. Here we go. Sean Valenti, $5,000 takes the lead.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Perfectly at peace, so I move along a bit higher. I'll be up a bit away, cause they gon' judge me anyway. So whatever, I'll be up a bit away.
Crack open a can of new Kickstart by Mountain Dew. The perfect mix of dew, real fruit juice, and just the right amount of kick. Kickstart your day.